Hey, it's Riley again. Here trying to talk to you guys about the 2017 Boffer season, what our goals are and what we plan to do to fix it. So let's start out with problems we had last year and issues we want to try to correct. So last year our biggest issues were we had low turnouts. No one was available at the same time, so battles were small, events were small, and we really had a hard time achieving large numbers. So this year, my new idea that I'm proposing for Wickliffe Boffer Club is something I'm going to call the Wickliffe Boffer League. So the way this would work is we're hoping to get about 10 players in on this, and each player is going to fight each other in a one-on-one duel. So each fight would consist of 10 matches. 5 of those matches will be with single swords, something like this, one-handed or a two-handed sword. So you do 5 fights like that, and then another 5 fights within akimbo style, something like 2 swords or sword and shield. We might even explore claymores and spears in those fights, but I don't want to make that concrete yet. We may not do that. So those 10 fights would add up. So say I were to be fighting Patrick, okay? And Patrick won 6 rounds, and I run 4 rounds. Well, each round's going to give us a point. So I would take my 4 points, Patrick would take his 6, and then I would go on to fight the next week, and say I got 5 wins. Well, I'd take my 5 points and my 4 points, I'd have 9 points. Well, these would add up as we go throughout the league, and eventually every fighter is going to fight every fighter in the league. And in the end, whoever has the most victory points is going to be the person who wins in the league. If we do a tie, we could always, have people fight it out, or we may even do top 5 people get into a tournament bracket, and we will fight it out, in a tournament style on one day for the finals or something like that. So the way we'd like to organize this is try to do maybe 2 fights a week with each person. So I would go fight 2 people this week. You would fight 2 people this week. The other players would try to fight 2 people this week. And if they couldn't, they could always postpone it a week. Or, if they really had to, 3 weeks. But I would try to have it individually organized to where if everybody in the league is on one Facebook page or something like that, we could put everybody's contact information, and you can say, hey, I'm available this Wednesday, and then someone else could say, oh, I'm available Wednesday, and you would go and meet up with that person. So you would individually organize your fights. So the way this would kind of work, prize-wise, is I think we would try to get everybody together, put in $20, $30. I'd like to see how many people are interested in this first, and then we'll work it out. We'll see what everybody wants to contribute, and then the winner would win. The first place winner would win the big prize. We might even split it up, so first, second, and third place would get a prize. So you might be like, oh, there's no way I'm going to get first place, but there's still initiative to get third place. So you'd fight hard. You try to get that prize money and a trophy as well. So yeah, the pros of doing this is instead of one event, it's multiple events stretched over a month, maybe a couple months. We'll just keep doing it until everybody's fought everyone. It doesn't require large turnouts. It's more flexible, and victory is determined by skill and not necessarily by luck. Whereas in Hunger Games and Merkfest and stuff like that, you could be the best fighter there, but if you ran into the wrong person or you stepped on a mine, it was over. Or if you just had a bad fight, it was game over. This here really helps, take out the variables. So it's, if you're a good fighter, it's going to show, and everybody has that person they can't beat. No matter how good you are, there's always that person that you struggle to defeat. Well, losing to them is not going to knock you out in the league. There's plenty of other people that you can show your skill through fighting. So that's our goal. Let me know what you guys think. I'd like to see you guys out there in the league. If I'm sending you a link to this video, it's because I personally want to see you out there fighting. I really think you have, good skill in this, and I want to fill this league up with good fighters. I don't want to have just a bunch of novices to where we all know who's going to win. I want this to be a challenge, and I want the person who wins this to really have accomplished something. So let me know what you guys think. Get back to me, and let's try to make this happen in 2017.